All right. Welcome to another episode of Instagram Mick. Before we get into tonight's show, we got some breaking news that happened earlier today. Obviously, anyone the top story of the day. Obviously, the tragic shooting that happened in Kansas City during the Chiefs Super Bowl parade. It's just why this kind of happened. Yeah, it's our thoughts and prayers go out to the victims for the for this shooting in Kansas City. So prayers out to them. As a Bills fan, what's your thoughts and prayers? City of Kansas City tonight. It's just a despicable act. I don't know who caused this, but guess two were reported in custody. So that's the first thing I was just keep here's those prayers with Kansas City tonight. But all right, let's recap this past Sunday's Super Bowl. Yeah, I'm not happy about the outcome, but it was a good game. I mean, I don't say that the 49ers they just don't do well in the Super Bowl. They just don't. It kind of showed. I mean, they look good. They so many times they had put the game away. It's just I don't know. I think there's some they shot themselves in the foot a couple of times. I'd say the Chiefs and the 49ers did. Chiefs defense is no doubt like probably the best defense in the NFL right there right now. Easy. I kept saying the 49ers and usually Steelers are top 10, but I'd say the Bills usually are. But God, that Chiefs defense looked legit. I mean, they were just good. But McCaffrey was carrying this team on his back. He's playing good. He's playing hard. Same as Brock Purdy. For the low scoring game, it was pretty entertaining. I gotta say, came down second time in NFL history, Super Bowl game went to overtime. So let's recap it. 22-25 it was, or 25-22 Kansas City won. So it was just for a low scoring, like not pretty game. It was a classic still. Still was. I mean, it was scoreless at the end of the first quarter. Then the second quarter, finally got points. I mean, Jake Moody gets the first points of the Super Bowl by kicking a field goal. And it's 3-0 Chiefs, the 49ers so far. And then the 49ers continued it. McCaffrey gets a touchdown, makes it 10-0. I was like, okay, the 49ers look like they're going to run away with this, he thought. But then late in the first half, like late in the second quarter, 20 seconds left, Butker makes a field goal, 10-3. It was 10-3 to score at halftime. Halftime show was pretty good, too. I mean, give Usher a lot of credit there. He did good. And at first, I just didn't know what to say. I was like, okay, then. But he did good, though. Give Usher a lot of credit. He put on a pretty good halftime show. But obviously, I'd say, in my opinion, it was not as good as like the one a couple of years ago, like Snoop Dogg and Eminem and like Dr. Dre and 50 Cent. That was a good one. The year they happened in LA one year. That was a good halftime show. But yeah, fast forward to the third quarter now. It was still a low scoring game. I mean, Butker makes a field goal, 10-6. I mean, Niners still the lead, and all of a sudden, good God, they're back to they're pinned deep. The Niners were pinned deep at one point. And McCaffrey fumbles. Chiefs get the ball back. Next play, Mahomes throws a 16-yard pass to Valdez-Scantling for a touchdown. One play drive. Chiefs take the lead for the first time in the Super Bowl. It was 13-10. First lead in that one. Then we go to the fourth quarter. Still 13-10. Jawan Jennings gets a touchdown for Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy throws a touchdown pass in the Super Bowl. Niners get the lead back. But then Moody makes his extra point. It gets blocked. That was a game changer too. If that wouldn't have happened, I think the 49ers might have had a chance of winning. And they had so many chances to put the game away. So that happened. Then Butker kicks the field goal, ties at 16. Then Moody, it's been field goal after field goal. Moody makes one, gets the lead late after the 2-minute warning. And then Butker gets the game-tying field goal. We go to overtime. I mean, I couldn't believe it. I was like, whew. Of course, this was the second time in Super Bowl history that a game has gone to overtime. Then we go to overtime. Moody makes a field goal in the first possession. I mean, there's so many chances the Niners could have put the game away, but the thing is, the Chiefs had the ball for a long, long time. Came out towards the end of the game. It was towards the end of overtime. Patrick Mahomes, the same play they drew up to win the Super Bowl last year. They did it again. This time to Mecole Hardman. Mahomes, they call it the corn dog formation. Mahomes to Mecole Hardman, 3 seconds left, touchdown, game over. It easily was. I mean, it was a good game. Just the Niners blew it, I'd say. They definitely did. They had so many opportunities to put the game away. I think it came down to the Chiefs defense. They looked great. They forced some turnovers. The blocked extra point was a game changer too. Yeah. Then McCaffrey fumbles over 2, but also, other than the defense, I mean, Mahomes looked good at times. Yeah, he's pretty good, but offense, but I'd say the biggest reason why the Chiefs won, Andy Reid. Andy fucking Reid. He really coached, probably the best coaching job I think he's done all year. Despite the Chiefs' offensive struggles, that was probably the best coaching job he's done. He kept changing up the plays. Did really good in the play calling. Yes, Kelsey got pissed off at him at first. I couldn't believe Kelsey pushed him. But then finally, Kelsey was a bigger man. Even though I still can't stand the guy. He admitted he was a bigger man. Admit that he was wrong. He did Andy Reid. But I did see the new logo. But yeah, but still, Andy Reid, I'd say, deserves more credit than like the whole team combined. I'd say. Usually, I'd say it's like Patrick Mahomes, all, but the Chiefs defense looked great too. But just Andy Reid, I'd say, definitely deserves the most credit for that win. You don't say, but it was definitely coaching. It really came down to. But it was a good Super Bowl. Sad the NFL season's over. Hey, it was a fun season. I got to go to 3 Bills games, 2 regular season, including my first ever postseason game. I got to go to a Steelers game too. I got to go to 4 NFL games this season. So it was a fun season. It really was. I can't wait to do it again next year. Can't wait for the NFL next season. Go to more Bills games and all that. But all right. Before we get into our big topics, all right, we got our first caller of the night. Hello?
What's up?
Hello?
No? What a great season it was.
It was definitely fun. It was definitely fun. Despite the Super Bowl, it was pretty fun. It was a fun season. I think the Bills will be back next year.
And did you notice that the Bills scored the most points? The Bills scored the most points and the Chiefs in the postseason?
That's a fact. That is a fact. Because the Bills did score. They scored 31 points against the Steelers, and then they scored 24 in the playoff game against the Chiefs.
I had to laugh at Tyler Sports.
Oh yeah, because all this saying, oh, next year we're gonna win the Super Bowl. Like that's crazy.
And that's what he said about the Super Bowl logo.
What did he say?
He said the red almost looks like the orange on the Dolphins.
Oh my God.
There's no red on the Dolphins.
I think this whole logo thing's gonna end. I think. But everyone's hyped on the Packers right now. Everyone thinks Jordan Love's gonna be the next quarterback to win a Super Bowl next season.
And you know who I think? Next year's time is?
Who?
I think it's Josh Allen's time next year.
I agree, because everyone's hyping about Jordan Love more than Josh Allen at this point. They're hyping about C.J. Stroud. They're hyping up these other quarterbacks. They're not talking about Josh Allen as much so far this offseason now.
I think we're gonna have a better season.
I agree. We just gotta make some big moves. Like, obviously, gotta keep some certain players. We gotta keep in the free agency.
And did you see that Matt Arizona's a free agent still?
I would get him. I would try to get him, but Sam Martin's still good. I mean, he's still good, but at the same time, like, maybe try to get him back. But I kind of understand why he doesn't want to come. Doesn't want to come back.
And did you see what team is looking into him?
Who?
The Steelers.
You know what? That's not a good idea. That's a good idea actually for them, because they just got rid of their punter just recently.
And the Steelers needs a punter because they punched the ball.
Yeah, Harvin. I mean, he's okay, but he's not really that good, to be honest.
And did you see that Stephon Diggs confirmed that he's staying?
That's great. I mean, we really need him. He's got to catch the ball better.
I found the next backup QB I want for Josh.
Mitch Trubisky, I think he's come back.
And that's what the offense bus driver said.
What did he say?
He said Mitch Trubisky is horrible.
I mean, he's horrible as a starter, but I'd say he's good as a backup.
And Josh normally don't miss time.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But still, I think Trubisky still is in returning to Buffalo because to be honest, he looked better in Buffalo just like than he did in Pittsburgh.
I trust him over Kyle Allen.
I honestly do too. I honestly trust him over Kyle Allen.
I originally wanted Matt Barkley.
Oh, me too. I mean, Barkley is such a good backup too. I keep forgetting how good he was.
But we didn't have him for. We didn't have Barkley. We didn't have Barkley for a what game?
Oh yeah, we didn't have him. That's right, we didn't have him in the preseason. I think we had him a couple games. Yeah.
Is he still Matt Barkley?
I would love to get him back as our backup. I would like to have him too. I think like there's so many options, just in case so many options to get a backup. But I mean, I'd say still we want to keep Gabe Davis. But thing is, Shakir looks like I think he's going to play a bigger role next season.
My bus driver, my Dolphins bus driver, he says the Bills have a bad salary cap spot.
That's true. I mean, we just got to figure that out during the offseason. That's the biggest thing too is the salary cap. Maybe restructure some contracts a little bit, like just take down the salary down a little bit for some players.
And bus driver, don't forget we have Brandon Bean.
That's true. I mean, Brandon Bean's a genius, especially in the offseason. Boy, he always does something good, I feel like, in the offseason.
This is my last year going with McDermott.
I think so. You think so?
Yeah, what about you?
I think so too.
And there's plenty of good head coaches out there.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like Pete Carroll, he's still available.
And the former Titans coach.
Oh, Vrabel, he's pretty good too.
And Derrick Henry's a free agent.
That wouldn't be a bad move. Just him to mentor James Cook. Yeah, I liked him because I feel like with the help of Derrick Henry, his veteran leadership, James Cook will really be. He's already proven he's pretty good, like a franchise running back. But having Derrick Henry with them would make him an even better player. I feel like.
And just what Tyler Sports keeps saying about Derrick Henry.
What is he saying?
He says Derrick Henry's coming to Miami.
I mean, maybe, but I just don't see it. I mean, they already got good running backs. They got Raheem Mostert. He's good. I mean, that Devin Achane, whatever his name is, 28. He's pretty fast.
And do you know what I do? Do you know what I said to my bus driver when he talks bad about Josh?
What do you think?
I asked him, does he have daddy issues?
I think he does.
And that's what he says about them. He says Patrick Mahomes is Josh Allen's daddy.
Oh yeah, I already know which Bills game plan on going next year. I already know because the Chiefs are playing Buffalo. I already plan on going that one next year. I already know that.
Can I come with you too?
Yeah, if you want to, absolutely. Yeah, we gotta heckle the Chiefs. We gotta do it. We gotta get you the one.
And that's what my Chiefs brother-in-law is like.
What was he like after the win?
He told me, and when we lost to him, he says, it's we eliminated you again. What should I tell him?
It's like Yankees. Say, we always do better against you in the regular season, though.
What are you doing at 9 p.m. tonight?
No, probably just chilling out after the show. Probably watching some basketball afterwards.
Right, because I'm going live for a couple minutes.
Oh, I did get a notification. I did get a notification actually.
I'm going to be grading the team, the quarterback, the head coaches.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check it out after the show tonight.
Thank you for having me on and Nick.
Absolutely.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
Go Bills and F the Chiefs.
Yes, sir. I love it.
Bye.
All right. So I think some off-season moves I think we could see this year. There's some blockbuster trades we could see, but I also think the biggest question I'm wondering is how is Kenny Pickett going to do in year 3 for the Steelers? Because I mean, he couldn't stay healthy this year. And plus, he just doesn't look like he's the guy right now. But thing is, usually after the second year, like quarterbacks usually show like third year really is the important year. I feel like I've noticed. Look at Josh Allen in year 3. He just put up some amazing numbers in 2020. He was an MVP runner-up. Look at Josh Allen. I mean, he kicked ass in 2020, and proven that's why he's proven now he's one of the top stars in the NFL, like one of the top QBs in the NFL right now. He's proven that. Let's see. I'm not sure how Kenny Pickett's gonna do, but it could be QB controversy now because look at Mason Rudolph, what he did late in the season to get the Steelers to the playoffs. If you think about it, Mason Rudolph wouldn't be a bad candidate for the Steelers starting, but teams Tom already said he's going to prove it. That he's going to put the Steelers, like Kenny Pickett, as a franchise quarterback still. He's still going to prove it, but Let's see. That's me interesting how Kenny Pickett does in year 3. But the thing I don't get at the offseason is they're already hyping about Jordan Love still. Yes, he had a great 2023, but can he carry it into 2024, though? Is in his second full season as a starter? They think he's the next quarterback to win a Super Bowl. I mean, are you kidding me? Jesus, the media's already hyping up the Packers too much. I get it, the Packers are good. I mean, but like they pushed late in the season, but still. Come on, we'll see what this team could do in year 2 together, all of them together. I mean, come on. I mean, yeah, they're not hyping Josh North, which kind of benefits the Bills. Maybe the Bills do even better, but still, like they're hyping up Jordan Love too much, hyping up C.J. Stroud too much. He only played one season. Well, because usually quarterbacks in their second season always struggle most of the time. They're hyping up C.J. Stroud. I mean, really? Come on. I feel like the Bills, they got a lot of free agents. Like I told you, like they got a lot of free agents this season. Like on their like Kurt Rush from this past season. Micah Hyde's a notable one. Gabe Davis, Leonard Floyd. What are we gonna do with them? I mean, Micah Hyde. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping he stays. But at the same time, I mean, Gabe Davis. I'm not certain about him because I think Shakir could really be the second wide receiver number 2. I feel like he could definitely play a big role there. I could really see him do it. Yeah, I'm just interested with the offseason, how the draft's going to go and all that. But still, they're already hyping up about Jordan Love. I mean, come on. Yeah, I'd get rid of Gabe too. I agree, Eric. I definitely 100% agree with that. Because Shakir can play. Shakir has really proven that he can be like pretty good. He can really step up in big roles. I mean, he's done it. He was huge, especially in the Jets game this past season. He was huge in that game. He was huge in other good games too. Shakir has proven it, and he's pretty good. I think it's gonna be Diggs. It's gonna be Diggs and Shakir. Those two will be the top 2 receivers. And who would I put as third wide receiver? God, I don't know. If Davis is gone, then who would we put as wide receiver 3? Maybe get someone in the offseason. Maybe get someone free agent. I wouldn't mind getting a free agent if we lower the salary cap a little bit. I mean, Sherfield looked okay, but maybe Deontay Hardy would be a good one. Being a wide receiver 3. But Kincaid, looks really good. Tight end. He's proven to be the top tight end for us next season. Him and Knox, those two are a threat. Those both the DK brothers, Dawson Knox and Dalton Cade. They're just the 2-headed monster for tight ends. But yeah, I'm looking forward to see what Brandon Beane does this offseason. Game I'm watching right now is the Bonnies game right now. The Bonnies looking good on the road against Fordham. They had a tough loss this past Saturday against Duquesne, the game I was at, but they're just dominating tonight. They're up 80-57 with under 5 minutes to go in the second half. So Bonnies are going to get the win, improve to 15-9. Yeah, so that's a huge one, including Asa Isenboost. He went 6 for 6 tonight for the Bonnies from 3-point range, 7 for 7. Asa Isenboost went off tonight for the Bonnies. He went off. Let's go on our next topic. This Saturday, I'm going to the Bonnies' homecoming game against Davidson. That'll be a national televised, so it should be a good one. I mean, Davidson is the team that ended Bonnies' season last year in the 8-10 tournament, so it's kind of personal, this game. So I want to beat Davidson. Definitely want to win on homecoming. You definitely want to win that one for sure. Oh, Benny had another chance. Come on. I thought he had another basket. I thought he was going to extend the lead, but all right. But yeah, I'll be at the game Saturday. They got to win at homecoming because last year's homecoming game I was at, they lost to George Washington in a thriller in overtime. Yeah, I am spitting up facts. Yeah. About the Bills. I agree. But yeah, I'll be there Saturday. Let's hope they can win there. And let's move on to this Monday. Let's move on to the Buffalo Sabres. Last Saturday, they lost to the Blues on national televised on ABC. They're 0-2 in the All-Star break, so after the All-Star break. But until last night, though, they put up 7 goals. They dominated the LA Kings 7-0. I mean, I was like, where has this been all season? I was like, where has this dominance been? I mean, the Sabres are just an inconsistent team. They're up and down all damn season. That's what I'm thinking. Like, where the fuck has this been all season for the Sabres? But no, I've noticed both times the Sabres were the goat heads against the Kings, they've had shutout wins. As I've noticed. But still, the Sabres won me some money last night. So I'm happy about that. And they got a game tomorrow against the Florida Panthers. That's a big matchup playing against the Stanley Cup runner-up. So that's a big matchup against Florida Panthers in Buffalo. So that's a highly anticipated matchup. I mean, Sabres got to win back-to-back. They've been doing. That's been more common with them lately. They've been winning back-to-back games lately in the last month or so. So look at that. And they got Saturday. Also got to play at Minnesota, the one-game road trip. And now let's talk about the big one. Monday afternoon, 12:30. The Sabres got a home game on President's Day, and I'll be at the KeyBank Center. I'll be going to the Sabres game. I'll have to play the Anaheim Ducks. Yep, that's the reason it's big. I'll be at the KeyBank Center, so I'm looking forward to that. I mean, most of the time, usually Sabres do well. I'm there. I'm hoping I can see Sabres put at least 5 goals or more. That'd be great. Of course, last time they played Anaheim was just about almost 4 weeks ago, almost a month ago. They lost in Anaheim. That's right. But now they play in Buffalo. Playing my favorite holiday, President's Day, because I'm kind of a history nut when it comes to presents. But yeah, this is my favorite holiday. I mean, I'm looking, and the Sabres play on it, so it makes it even better. I'll be in Buffalo, obviously the KeyBank Center, having some beers, just to have a good time. And the Sabres are gonna kick some ass. Yeah, of course. Next week's live stream, I'll be watching the Sabres and Bonnies and Duke at the same time. So it'll be a pretty good one next week as well. Yeah, should be a good one there, Sabres. All right, let's move on to some other notable college basketball games this weekend. Obviously, later on tonight. Yeah, I'm into Oilers baseball. I haven't been to a game in a while, but yeah, I'm into Oilers baseball. Okay, let's look at the schedule, because obviously later on tonight, after the Bonnies game, after I get off the air, I'll watch the UConn-DePaul game, because UConn's number 1 in the nation, but DePaul, obviously, they're one of the worst teams in the Power 5. And plus, I also got money on them. So I got money on UConn covering the 24.5 point spread. So that's a big bet for spread-wise. So that's what I'll watch after this one. So I'm still watching the Bonnies. They're kicking ass tonight, so I'm happy my Bonnies doing good. Tomorrow, obviously, it's just a hockey night. Sabres, obviously. Panthers, like I talked about. And, of course, 10 o'clock, I'll stay up late tomorrow night, watch the Canucks and Detroit Red Wings game. Plus, as a Sabres fan, you got to have the Canucks beat the Red Wings, since we're about 10 points behind the Red Wings for the final wild card spot. So, yeah. Plus, Canucks are my second favorite team. They're in the NHL, so they're my B team in the NHL. So, I'm definitely rooting against Detroit for sure. So, yeah, it's a big one there. Friday, nothing really good. Just one NHL game. You got some college games on. Friday Night SmackDown's pretty much the big thing I'll watch. Saturday, let's move to the really just a big sports Saturday. Obviously, talk about the Sabres, but let's and talk about the Bonnies. But let's talk about some notable college basketball games. I want you guys to look into. Yeah, there's some good ones up there too, like the noon slate. But the one I'm looking my eye on for the noon games is Penn State and Nebraska. Why? Nebraska has been just so fun to watch this year. Surprisingly, I usually have football skill, but they're playing really good basketball this year. They're 17-8, holding on to a spot in the NCAA tournament, according to Joe Lunardi in the bracketology. So, Nebraska, they look pretty good. I mean, they did knock off a couple ranked. I mean, they knocked off at least one ranked opponent this year. They knocked off 2 top 10 teams this year. They knocked off number 2 Purdue. I mean, yeah, they knocked off the number 1 team in the nation at one point. Purdue was number 1 at the time a month ago, early in January. Nebraska beat them. And then they beat number 6 Wisconsin. They've beaten 2 top 10 opponents in conference this year. So Nebraska's been fun. And Penn State, yeah, they're local, and I got my buddy Max Gardner likes Penn State. So yeah. And Penn State's they're entertaining. And Penn State has pulled off an upset before. They did beat number 11 Wisconsin this year. They did just fall to Michigan State tonight. But yeah, that should be a good one. Noon Eastern time this Saturday on the Big Ten Network. That's one to watch. Big Ten's obviously one of the toughest conferences in college basketball. 2 o'clock, my Duke Blue Devils will take on Florida State on the road in Tallahassee. So that's 2 o'clock Eastern on ESPN. So yeah, tough. I'm feeling conflicted. I'll be at the Bonnies game, but I'll catch the highlights of the Duke game anyway, because I'll be at the Bonnies game. But yeah, Duke plays at Florida State. They should win that one. They came up impressive win Monday night against Wake Forest. and home. So now they go on a road trip, 3-game road trip, starting with Florida State. That's the one to watch on Saturday at 2 o'clock. But let's make some picks. Though, like, obviously, I think the Sabres are, I think 2 of the next 3 games, they will at least win 2 of their next 3. Maybe they go on a winning streak. Maybe you never know, but I could say the Florida Panthers, I'm 50-50. I don't know. I mean, in my heart, I say the Sabres win, but in my head, I think the Panthers win. Saturday's game, I say the Sabres should beat Minnesota. They'll beat Minnesota. 100%. And they'll win Monday against Anaheim because I'll be at the game. Not just I'll be at the game. I think they'll beat Anaheim this time, especially on home ice. Yeah, they'll beat Anaheim. Those are my picks for the Sabres. But yeah, let's make my picks. The Penn State, Nebraska, who do I like? I mean, I would pick Penn State, but I'm going to take Nebraska. They're pretty good. They're on a mission. They want to make the NCAA tournament for the first time in like a long time. It's been a decade, actually. It's actually been a decade since Nebraska made March Madness. So I gotta take the Cornhuskers over Penn State. And the 2 o'clock game, the Duke game, obviously, you know damn well I'm going for. I'm going with Duke. 3:30, obviously. The St. Bonaventure Bonnies on nationally televised. They'll be playing on CBS Sports Network, 3:30 Eastern, at home, on homecoming against Davidson. You know I'm gonna take the Bonnies, especially the way I'm watching them right now. They're up big against Ford, so they're gonna win tonight, and they'll win on Saturday. So give me the Bonnies in that one. 4 o'clock. Kansas and Oklahoma, both ranked teams. So it's top 25 matchup here. Kansas just got their asses handed to Monday night on the road, and that's another road game for them. Kansas, rare for them to lose back-to-back, but I think they'll lose back-to-back. I'm going with the Sooners. Sooners are going to beat Kansas, just like Texas Tech beat them pretty bad, too. I got to go with the Sooners in the upset. For some reason, I like them in this one. 6 o'clock, the Sonic Blockbuster game. College game day will be there in Auburn. Kentucky at Auburn. Kentucky's been really struggling, but they did win last night over Ole Miss. Especially Kentucky just losing to unranked Gonzaga. But Gonzaga's still proving that they're still a powerhouse. It's a tough one. Auburn's still legit. This is always a good match when those two get together. Those two teams. So, I would take Auburn, but honestly, fuck it. I'm taking Auburn. I was thinking of Kentucky, but I was like, shit, I got to go with Auburn at home. I can't pick against Auburn at home. So I got to give me the Tigers. War Eagle. 8 o'clock Eastern time on Fox. The rivalry, Michigan and Michigan State. It's an easy pick. I'm gonna have to go with Michigan State. I gotta go with SU. This one, it's an easy pick. Michigan's not that good this year. They're 8-17. Michigan State's gonna win for easily. And last but not certainly not least, the Colorado USC game. That's 10 o'clock Eastern ESPN. USC's got Bronny James. Who do I take in this one? I mean, I would take Bronny James. I'd like to take USC, but I'm going to go with Colorado. Colorado's still good. They're pretty good. They want to make the NCAA tournament. They're kind of a bubble team, kind of. So I'll take them. But last but certainly, it's the Stadium Series picks. The NHL has some 2 outdoor games this weekend, so that's a massive weekend. And you got also Daytona 500 too. So yeah, it's a pretty eventful weekend on President's Day weekend. So the NHL Stadium Series, both games are played at MetLife Stadium. The first one, the Philadelphia Flyers and New Jersey Devils. Who do I like in this one? You know, honestly, New Jersey's been red hot, but I might take the Philadelphia Flyers in this one. I don't know. Flyers look pretty good this year. So I'll take them in this one. And Sunday afternoon, Rangers and Islanders, New York teams going at it. Do I like this one? I got to take the New York Rangers. They're a powerhouse this year. Like they've always been. They've been pretty consistent team, so I got to take them. Hope everyone enjoys their President's Day weekend. I will see you next Wednesday. Same time, same place. 8:30. You know where to be. Hope you all enjoy your President's Day weekend and enjoy all the sports we can have this weekend. Thank you all for joining.